All packed up. Ready to go. Not even putting a nose on it. Just gonna go up there, go see Rob, get this thing dialed in a little bit and get it ready. Alright, see you on the road.
Our roadside help. Have a trip without some kind of incident. It's nice to have good help alongside the road.
Yeah, we're starting the day off great. What's your name? Mike. Mike's nice enough to come help us out. Hello. Port Authority. Thank you. Now we're gonna pull off and then go get two tires. Cause this one, same thing. Looks like you got a gouge in it. Just left it down this road. Yeah.
Go.
Very good. All right, so we found a place to put a tire on it on Oregon Avenue.
Oh, that's a pilot sport. No.
They only got one tire, new one, so what we're going to do is we're going to put that on, put the spare back on the side of the trailer, head out of here. When we get back to the house, order 4 new tires again. Those tires are only maybe 2 years old. They only got, oh yeah, they only got 3 trips on them.
Okay.
Pay you inside.
You slip.
Okay, tire number 2.
Gotta be like the size of a beach ball by now.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
We gotta make a thing in the front though, and then we're good. What?
That's the brake, the middle one.
And then we gotta figure out why that does that. There's air somewhere.
Okay, let's go. Let's
Alright,
push.
put the thing back on. Dang it.
That's what we're trying to get that cleaned up so when you crack the throttle, it'll stay nice and clean. All right, so we got the idle all set, starts on its own. That's all taken care of. Now we're getting it ready to go. Just gonna tie it down and get it ready.
Alright, it's on top.
And
Getting everything punched in.
Box body, we built the 4-cylinder. Those things are only 140 horsepower factory.
Okay,
Put down
we'll make a
110,
couple
somebody
small
else is
pulls real quick
and
and get it kind of situated, and then we'll lay into it a little bit.
they're actually the old 2.3. So this is going to be like you're driving down the road. So just ease right into it all the way up through, or as far as you want to go, and it'll be just like you're cruising down the road. You know what I mean?
Right.
So.
And then you'll see it anyway, so yeah.
Yep. So let's see that. Oh, yeah, we should be good there.
Okay. Click those on.
Good?
Yeah.
First little one. You need the Huh? Okay. Before it gets sucked down in there and rips it apart. There you go.
Oh, you told him to shut it off?
I didn't want him to suck the piece of paper. I didn't want you to suck the towel down into it. Alright. Okay, so right now we are trying to figure out what's vibrating, because once you get the car up to speed a little bit and you let off, and you could watch the whole drive, the shifter and everything. You could feel it vibrating, like humming. So we're gonna see if the drive shaft or something. We're putting a dial caliper on it, so when we spin it, we can see if it's bent or not.
Well, I can spin it out here.
Just how I can get on it or not.
Oh yeah.
Messed up.
20,000.
How much?
Woohoo!
5.
Here, I'll spin it.
So it's going from here.
Ready?
Yeah, spin it.
Like on a log roll.
Okay, here we go. You're on.
So we're gonna do a big couple of passes here in the parking lot and test it now. I wish. So the dry shaft is out of the car. We're gonna send that out and make sure that that's what it is. I'm pretty sure it's either bent or out of whack. So Bob was gracious enough to say, well, on your way back, you might as well just stop and get the car teched. So it's like 11 o'clock at night or something, and he's meeting us here. Or he was going to be coming down to our place in a couple of weeks, so I figure save him a trip and us getting it done quicker. So we're going to get this done, load it back up, and go to sleep. And then I've been trying to get a hold of you for like 2 months. I've been trying to get an NHRA for my license for like since April. Nobody ever called back.
Our division service coordinator had quit,
Oh, great.
so they're.
The girl, the woman, or the guy?
We
'Cause
had,
it's a woman. I think supposed to answer the. I don't know.
yeah, there's a woman down there now doing licensing. So we had.
Okay, so we made it to the Oasis, luckily,
Wawa, coffee.
and the tires fell off. The whole thing. As we're pulling in here, Dad looks in the mirror and the tire's hanging out like this, just drooping off. So, we got an extra set of bearings. We're gonna try to just slap it back together here. Come over this side. Right, Dad? Autopilot.
Wawa. Thank goodness for Wawa.
So, we got enough stuff. We're gonna try to fix it together. Here, look. Whole thing came off. We had a flat on the way up. Not a flat, but we gotta fix the tire on the way home too.
It's all right.
Mobile shop on wheels.
That's why you gotta have everything. The best place to break down, though.
Bathroom, food, and coffee.
We're just waiting for the compressor to catch up. We're gonna impact that. Take the drum off.
Make it
Fix that. We'll be on our way.
only like 40 minutes from home. Alright, the compressor turned off, so now we could try taking the lug nuts off.
End up getting new drums and everything.
It's gonna need a whole new thing. We don't need brakes right now, we just gotta make it home. Just need the tire.
That bearing, the bearing must have seized or exploded or something. It didn't even stick to the spindle. Thank God, because or else we would have been really stuck. I already
We called my
had Johnny
brother.
coming up with a grinder to cut the bearing off the spindle, and then we just made sure the nut was going to come off. The nut came right off, the washer came right off, and the bearing came right off.
So he's on standby. Johnny will be the pit crew if we need him. Bring in the heavy artillery. Hopefully this will take it off. Alright, well, we'll try getting it off.
Okay, we got the tire off.
Use your wheel chock, prop it up against it. Use a breaker bar, makeshift breaker bar first.
It wasn't from lack of grease, because you got plenty of grease in it.
Alright.
See, this one's shot, so I'm gonna knock that out. Flat's back. I won't even
So
make
what
it
are you
like
doing
down the
now?
street if you don't change the grease.
Well, Mom,
Make sure there's a race in there. Give me all that.
it's on the other side.
Bring all that over here. And we're gonna see if we can knock the race out. That's why you keep a whole set, just in case.
Alright, what do you want? Flat screwdriver?
Alright, now. John, now tell him what you're doing.
We're gonna knock the race out, replace all the bearings, erase the bearings, grease it back up.
Got our tub of grease.
Got everything.
Right.
You got a trailer, carry everything.
Now we might have to just have a whole brake hub assembly. We got a whole clutch
Well,
for the
this-
car, but
We can keep all of this as one unit.
what do you want?
Right.
New gloves, rags.
All right. Let me see this one. This one's still good.
Yeah, this is gonna be our spare one. I don't need brakes, but it could be a spare one.
I don't need that. I don't need that.
Grab me a couple more of these, but right next to the trash can. Next to the window washer. Oh, over here. Over here.
And I know you guys are gonna say, my man got some bad luck. No, I got good luck, because it happened right here. I looked in the mirror and I saw the wheel hanging off. It never even came off. Same thing with the flat yesterday. Guy pulled up and went like that. And by the time we stopped, it was tore up, but it wasn't like it had to just happen. That's good. And just so you know, my wife's holding the camera, and she's happy. Not upset. How's that?
That's right. God's guardian angels are around us because it didn't happen on the highway. It didn't
It
happen.
literally happened right as we pulled in.
Right.
It was hanging underneath the wheel well.
We got the tire changed for free by the Port Authority. You can always find the good in everything. process begins. And narrate.
What?
You're going to narrate what you're doing.
I gotta pack the bearing. Roadside 101.
Hey, here goes.
Want to rag them? Put your hand. Oh, that's the big one. Never mind. Which is that. I mean, whatever. You can use that one. That one.
This one, no, we'll just come in. That one got a big divot thing in it.
That one's wrong.
So we're using that one, not that one. Nice.
What do they do? Give you two? Or an extra? Huh?
Something like that.
Why not?
Just came right off. So.
Came right off. Doing this, you don't crank the nut down.
That's it.
Tighten it, and that's it. So once it gets tight, that's all. Put the cap back on. Grease cap.
Hood is new.
On our way.
Alright, let me get the tire back on.
Keep your parts in your trailer. So now I'm gonna go buy all this shit new again. Oops. I'm gonna go buy a whole nother set and keep it in here. Keep these in here so I can tell you what size they're gonna be, because you're gonna want to ask you what size they're gonna be.
All right, I'm gonna put the tire back on and off we go.
Home sweet home. Finally. All right, so we are going to take that dry shaft, box it up. All right, so recap of the last couple of days, the last crazy couple of days. So we leave here Tuesday morning. So we had a doctor's appointment that was in PA, so we use a holistic guy up that way, and it's probably 2 hours from here, so we'll go right by it when we go up to Rob's anyway. So when Rob asked me what day was good, I said, man, if you could do it on a Wednesday, that'd be great, because then I could go there and just keep going. No problem. He accommodated us, no problem. He said, great, bring it up. So we leave here like 11 o'clock in the morning, 10:30, 11 o'clock, whatever in the morning. We get over to Walt Whitman Bridge and some guy starts going like that. I'm looking, you can't really see nothing. So obviously something's going on. So I pull over right before the toll booth, got a flat tire. So the rear trailer tire on the passenger side. Now I'm like, ah, great. All right, no big deal. We got all the stuff. Got a spare. I get out. I ask the Port Authority guy there. I'm like, listen, can I move over, or can I pull in somewhere where I'm not going to get hit? You know, I want to change a tire. And he's like, yeah, no problem. Hold on, don't move. We'll get the guy. I'm like, okay. Comes over. The cop comes over with a truck behind him. They're like, he's going to pull you over there. Go through the toll. Pull over all the way to the right. He goes, he'll take care of it. Okay, I'm thinking, okay, take care of me, like block me and so I don't get hit or something. He pulls up alongside us, and he goes, all right, I got you. Everything okay? I'm like, yeah. I says, it's only going to take me a couple minutes. He goes, oh, no. He goes, I got it. I go, what do you mean? He goes, no, the Port Authority, the bridge, it's a free service for on the bridge to help people out. Okay, I'm like, great, man. That's awesome. I said, I'll take care of you. And he goes, no, can't take any tips, can't do nothing. He goes, I'll get fired. I'm like, okay, whatever. I said, all right. I'm thinking I'll give him something, right? And he's like, no. He goes, I got cameras. He goes, I don't want to get in trouble. He goes, just my pleasure. He goes, that's what they pay me, blah, blah, blah. Okay, all right. So he changed the tire. You guys saw that. Then I get off the exit. He tells me where to go to get a spare or something. I get off the exit. There's a couple of tire places. We stop at one, nothing. Stop at the next one, nothing. Right on Oregon Avenue there, right in the middle of Philly. Now you're driving through with this rig with the trailer and all this stuff. We tried that once before, trying to find cheesesteaks, trying to turn around the middle of there. You get lost in a rabbit hole. But anyway, so we pull over. Third guy, you saw that in the video. He helped us out. Thanks, shout out to them guys again, helping us out with the tire. They only had one, but whatever. Got us where we needed to go. Put the other one back on as the spare. Go to Rob's. Car starts right up outside. I back it up into the golf cart died. First off, golf cart makes it from the trailer all the way to the front of the door. We're gonna back the car in. We push it in backwards. Golf cart dies. I'm like, okay, dead battery. All you electric, you guys want to go electric? Yeah, okay. Anyway, electric. So I'm gonna put the thing in there. I'm like, whatever. It's late enough. He's got a curfew with the sound and noise and stuff. Start the car up. Car starts right up. He's like, yeah, let it warm up out here. Back it up in there. No problem. Start it up. Let it warm up. Car sounds good. I got to keep it idling a little bit. It'll stay idling. But if you whack the throttle, it would kind of, then it go down. All right, so no big deal. He'll fix all that. So back it up into the dyno. We spent 2 hours playing around with trying to get that correct. All right, fuel and start up and all that stuff. That all worked out good. Perfect. Starts up, stays idling. Whack the throttle. Thing sounds nice and crispy. I'm like, yes. Puts it on the dyno. on the wheel, strap everything down. He tells me just get in it, you know, just go through the gears. We'll make sure the air fuel ratio is good for the first, you know, just make sure it's good. I get in it, first gear, second gear, I feel it start vibrating. I'm like, that's not good. Second gear, third gear, fourth gear, fifth gear, and it's vibrating, like my hand is vibrating right off the shifter out. So I get out of it, and I'm like, look, things vibrating real bad. I thought maybe the tire from sitting, you know, hasn't moved. So I'm thinking maybe the tire. Looked under there, tires are good, let it roll on the rollers, tires are okay. I'm like, man, this thing is bad. Start it back up, do it again, bring it up to about 5,000 RPM. Definitely a driveline vibration. Let it roll, stop. We check all that. Puts a dial indicator on it. The thing's out 26 thousandths roll. Roll out on the center of it. So we ended up taking it off, taking the floor, taking the dry shaft out, looking at it. The joints are a little bit tight, but then he says to me, he goes, that dry shaft's way too small for what you're doing, because it's 54 inches long, center to center. So he goes on the chart, he calls the place up, and they told him somewhere between 2,000 and 5,000 should be the roll, you know, the run out. So this is 26, so I'm like, all right, maybe it's a joint. He couldn't get it. There's a local guy there that they were going to try just to make sure. And so we get back on the road, coming home, and we go to Bob Dixon's. He meets us. He actually called me back on the way there and said I can meet you on the way back on Thursday or Saturday or whatever. He's gonna do the certification on the Mustang also. So we were trying to get him to come down here. He was gonna come and do like 2 or 3 cars or whatever, and then whatever other ones he has around this area. Now that Atco's closed, they're not going to do them there no more, obviously. So we met up with him. He actually said, hey, you know, I'm up late if you want to stop on the way back. So when I called him and said, what time tomorrow, I said, I'm on my way home now. And he's like, oh, well, you're going to go right by me anyway. I'll be up late. So he ended up doing that. That worked out great. So I didn't have to waste another day doing that. Spend the night up that way, head home. Come over the Walt Whitman Bridge again, coming down the highway. I'm like, man, I got to get me a cup of coffee. So I go to pull off. I pull off the exit. I make it around the turn. I go up the hill. I'm looking. I make the right-hand turn at the light. I'm looking. I see like the wheel. Like normally you just see the edge of the tire in the trailers. On mine anyway. So, and then I just saw it like a little bit more than normal. I'm like, what the heck is that? I'm only going about another 50 feet. I go up a little bit more, and all of a sudden now I see it like even further out. Well, I'm going to turn into the Wawa. I turn into the Wawa, and I make the turn into the Wawa, and when the trailer kind of straightens out where I can see the wheel again, it's like sitting like that. So I just stopped, and then ended up changing it right there on the spot, and then you saw the rest of the video. So great weekend. Great weekend. Had a very exciting time. So that's about it for that, and then you'll see the rest of it. I'm gonna ship this thing off. Not good for the application, period. So I was gonna get a different dry shaft down the road, but I guess I'm getting it now. So I just called PST, okay, and they're in Florida. I talked to Ron. I told him I would like to send this one to him. I know it's not theirs, they're not going to do nothing with it, but I just verified that that's what the vibration was, which 99.9% that's what it is, but just in case. So they're going to check that, and then they're going to build me a new dry shaft. So by the time this gets to him, I'm going to go ship this right now. UPS, send this down to Florida. He'll get it, he'll call me, they're going to check this one, and then he's going to want his own measurements. You know, even though this is the one that came out of the car, you know, he's like, well, you know, we just want to make sure we're just going to start from scratch. I don't want to go off anybody else's measurements. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. I ain't got no problem with that. So we'll put the car back in the garage, put it back on the drive-on post, 4-post deal, so it's flat. And when he calls, we'll get all the measurements, give him everything he wants. And he was pretty excited that the car was a small block Ford with a stick in it. So I'm like, cool, that's good. So you run into a lot of cool people. All right, so we did have our country fried steak and all this fixings for it at the Acropolis Diner up in Palmyra, New York. Finally did that. All right, Tammy's here. He's driving up. I'm going to take the minivan and go ship this out. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Help us out by hitting the like button, leave a comment, and we're going to get all this stuff fixed up, go back up, do what we got to do. The next trip we make up there, we're probably just going to go get the car dynoed and go to a test and tune right there at Empire Dragway. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I know this is whatever. It is what it is. Can't do nothing about it. So go with the flow. Don't give up. Just keep going. All right. We'll get to the track sooner or later.